G'day, Steve Morgan, Australian Bass Tournaments at Gippsland Lakes, back of Meetung Hotel, best weigh-in location in Australia. This was the Garmin round of the Daiwa BREAM series. I'm here with Mario Vukic. Mate, you've won yourself another ABT event, and you did it in your favourite part of Gippsland Lakes. Tell us all about it.
Oh, mate, I've been fishing Holland's Landing for about 10 years now, and it's always never looked after me, but someone from above must have been looking down fondly on me, because everything we did today wasn't easy, but I didn't lose a fish. And when it was really hard and a lot of people were down there struggling for some reason, we were able to catch them today.
Now, and to take the win, you beat a master on Gippsland Lakes, Cam Whittam. Cam is often, when he's on fish, like he was this weekend, he caught over two 6 kilo plus limits. You still had enough to get him done, mate. It must feel good to put Cam into second.
Mate, can you believe people are weighing in 12.4 something kilos and not winning? Yeah. It's amazing. This fishery is just... It's insane. It'd have to be the best fishery in Australia now, wouldn't it?
And if not now, give it another 10 years with no nets in this place. To me, it seems like the small places we used to catch fish down here are just expanding. Not only year on year, month on month, people are catching fish in places they haven't for years.
Well, previously the land of the giants was Holland's, and that's why everyone took the risk to go down there. But you don't need to do that anymore. I mean, with the netters out, you can pull up to many banks that they used to net, and there's big fish on most banks, isn't there?
Take us through your Holland's outfit. It's a fairly specialised technique that you've worked out, because you can't catch them on 2 pounds straight through up there. It's not a boy's game, it's a man's game up there.
Yep.
Take us through the man's technique.
Okay, so I used the Daiwa BO Wolf. It's a 2 to 4 kilo, but it's not 2 to 4 kilo. It's really stiff. It's probably a 3 to 6. Nearly locked up drag, and 8 pound leader. I've just over 10 years of fishing here. I started with 12 pound, I've gone down to 10, now I'm on 8. I reckon you can scull drag them out on 8 and you still don't bust off at the lead. I mean, the FG knot has improved that for everybody. But yeah, 8 pound, and
this is it. Take us through the way you've got the Z-Man grub set up here.
Okay, so there's a lot of snags at Holland's, as you well know. So we fish nail bombs. So what we actually do is we
pinch it up
like that, and that's how we throw it in. That is on 332. I had 6 rods rigged up, 3 with motor oil in 332 and 3 with motor oil in 1/16th, but for some reason there was a lot of tide there today, so I really mainly threw the 332.
Does anyone in Gippsland Lakes understand what makes the tides go either way at Holland's Landing?
No. One guy, Paul Conn. Paul Conn knows the way the ISO bars, he tells us, and also the way the wind blows. So on an easterly, he says it drains the lake, and on a westerly, it fills the lake up, and it's been blowing hard west for a while. So you probably noticed that it was quite high today, which is good for Holland's.
Yeah. You had the winning non-boater, Builder Mick, in your boat as well. It was a first for your boat today. It must have been a fun drive back, and what was a light little wind chop. That Ski to Mercury of yours would have been a fun trip down.
Yeah, it was good. It was the Builder Mick. I was feeling a bit of pressure because having your non-boater in first place, and it's very hard for a non-boater in Holland's because he's always fishing dirty water behind you, because you're basically hugging the bank, throwing in, hopping it once or twice, and then just winding it in. But he was fishing all different types of plastics, and it wasn't working. So I had a few of these rigged up, and ended up giving it, and he got 238s out of it. So although a lot of people say that you shouldn't look after them, non-boaters, but I tell you what, it was the best thing for me mentally, just to get that weight off my shoulders. And he's such a good bloke too. I was happy to do it. And I know you always say he who shares wins, and you share everything. So I'm glad that I can help someone out too.
The Karma helps, mate. And look, talking of sponsor Karma, that's not just a Daiwa outfit you got there, but I know you whacked a new Garmin outfit in your boat a couple of weeks ago, an 8416 and live scope. And personally, I found this was a Garmin round, and that live scope, I can go up to a dock now and just scan it in 2 seconds, tell you if the bream are there. It's incredible technology.
It is. It's very hard to actually see fish in Hollands because it's all snags and they're tied up to the bank. But with the Garmin live scope, I actually saw them today, and I would say to Bill and Mick, get on quick because we're coming up to some fish now. Even though you don't see them react or anything like that because they're actually in the snag, but we just knew that there was fish in certain areas, and it helped heaps because you go along and you see nothing, and we just pull up, go another 500 metres, put it down. Yep, there's fish here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there you go. It's we do say who shares wins at ABT, but we also believe in the sponsor Karma, the Garmin Daiwa guy getting it done in the Garmin Daiwa round of the Daiwa Bream Series.